What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So a lot of people ask me about that question that I talked about yesterday, Terra Luna getting to $1 by the end of 2022. That is the question that comes so much in the live streams, and I'm glad that I was able to answer exactly what I feel. I don't know if everybody will see it, and we still will probably have those questions. But I wanted to talk about Terra Luna Classic getting to $1 and when it will get to $1. Because if you don't know what my answer was within that video, spoiler alert, I don't believe that's going to get to $1 by the end of 2022. And the reason is because there's too many variables, right? We know that we don't know if we're going to see the off-chain burns. We don't know what the volume is going to be. We don't know what all of these other things are going to be. So there's too many variables, but when you add in more time, it gives you the opportunity to say, all right, well, I believe that this is going to happen. There's still variables that are in place, but it's more likely that they can happen with time than, without time, right? So we're going to go ahead and get into this. We're going to talk about Terra Luna Classic. We're going to talk about where it is in the price, and then we're going to give my explanation as to when I believe it should get to that point of $1 and why I believe it should get to that point of $1. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon, feel free to check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. We have over 250 members that are a part of the Patreon. A bunch of financial freedom members, a bunch of expert profit hands level. Also, Discord level. You can join at any level that you want, and you can definitely check all that stuff out that I have over there, and we will continue to build upon that during the weeks. And I'm not sure about the weekends because the weekends are pretty busy for me. But if I find an opportunity, I'm definitely going to put that out there on Patreon. So anyways, let's talk about Terra Luna Classic. Again, I talked about this yesterday and said that Terra Luna Classic getting to $1 by the end of the year isn't absolutely impossible, but it's less likely to happen just because of all of the variables that take place, right? Those variables being the price, we don't know what the price is going to be, the volume that goes through it, we need to see an amazing or an insane amount of volume that goes through this position. Also, the burn rate, right, where we have 1.2% burn, is that just on chain or off chain? There's so many different variables that can be pinned to this, and that's not even the end of it, right? But those are things that really tie into it. And if outside factors control whether that gets done, well, that's where we end up having another variable. Are they going to do it? Or how many exchanges are going to do it? So it's obviously tough to see it by the end of the year. But when you start looking further and you start looking into 2023, can we see it within that 2023 mark? And my short answer would be yes. I think we can see $1 within a year, within that 2023 mark. So if you're looking for it to go from September, where the burn tax is implemented, all the way up to September of next year, I think we could see that happen. I think we can easily see it get to $1, and it's a better chance than 3 months. So anyways, Terra Luna Classic is up about 20% as of now. Once you see it break this point here, so it gets to about 1 or 2 o'clock, you're going to see it look like it's either down or flat, because that's exactly where it is. From this point to this point, it's flat. It resisted like 3 times at this point, and you're seeing it here at these levels. So I don't expect to see this gain stay here forever. But where we are standing right now, as of recording this video, based on the 24-hour chart, it's showing a 20% gain from this moment here. So from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock, that's what we're looking at. So if we look at the market cap, we're about a $2 billion market cap, a little bit lower than a $2 billion market cap. That's good to be able to see that. Volume is hovering around 1.1, 1.2 billion. You're seeing the price at 0.0003201. Again, up 20%. Circulating supply, max supply haven't changed. Coin market cap, I can't speak. Coin market cap doesn't change that often or frequently. Again, if we look at the chart, We see how this is moving. It has increased from 7 a.m. yesterday to 7 a.m. today. If we look at the last 7 days, obviously we've seen this drop down from 0.0006 all the way down to where it is right now. But again, you're not here for the price movement and how things are going. I do want to let you guys know that so that you're always up to date in what I am seeing at that moment. But what you are here for is to understand if this can get to $1, right? Within the next year or so, or how long will it take to get to $1? What's my opinion on when this will actually happen? So if we go to the spreadsheet over here, if you are familiar with what I put out here. Now, yesterday, I went through this data here. Now, this is my crypto potential spreadsheet. If you guys want that, we'll go through that in a little bit in another video. But this is just a simple breakdown that I put here. Now, I added what the price is, 0.0002. I have what the volume is, what the total supply is, and then obviously looking at whatever percentage we end up doing. So this percentage right here is basically saying of what would be the on-chain burns if we don't do any off-chain burns. So if we only do on-chain burns and we're looking at 20% of the overall volume of 1.2 billion, we're looking at 2.8 million that we can burn off, and this is like the 1.2%, 2.8 million that we can burn off, which is 9 billion. It may take you 766 days to get that done. Now, we already know that we're seeing on-chain burns, some off-chain burns that are being factored into this. So we know MEXC is doing that. So let's just say instead of looking at that, we're looking at 30%. Well, now we're looking at 13.5, or it takes us 511 days. That's still a lot, right? I think if we get the volume, now we've had a number of days to where it has been 50% of the volume. It's like 1 or 2 days. It's been 40 to 50% of the volume that has been just on-chain burns because of some activity that was going on where people were doing a lot of on-chain activity. So you're seeing 50% of that, 22 billion there, and you have 306 days. That's still not enough. We still need to see a lot more. So what I expect to see is all of the volume end up happening and not only seeing 1.2 billion. So if we look at 100%, let's just do 100%, and you'll get 14.4, or you'll see 45 billion that you can burn off, and it'll happen in 153 days, which is less than a year, 5 months that we can end up seeing that happen. So first quarter of 2023, that can end up being the case if we see 100% of the volume taxed, right? And we see 1.2 billion. Now, I believe that the volume is going to be a lot higher. I believe the volume is going to push to a crazier amount where we're going to see $3 billion in volume once we see the first burns. And that could be 112 billion that we end up burning off, which would be 3.3 trillion that we burn off. And it would happen in 2 months. Now, you just said, Matt, that it's not going to happen within a year. Because within a year is 90 days, or within the end of the year, within the end of the year is 90 days. This is 60 days. What are you talking about? You just said that it's not. Well, when we see the volume increase to 3 billion, I think we're going to see the price also increase. So that's going to be a problem to where we're going to see either somewhere around 0.001, right? And that's where it's going to take 6 months for it to happen. Or we're going to see up to 0.002. Now let's go into the middle ground and say it's 0.0015, right? Now it's going to take 287 days for this to play out that way. Now, I think that 3 billion is still low. I think we will see higher than 3 billion. We've seen 3 to 4 billion already. And when we see FOMO that's actually kicking in, I expect to see a lot more there. So maybe around 4 billion, maybe around 5 billion, right? Somewhere around those levels. And it can end up taking us 5 months or 6 months out of this. But as we're seeing that, are we going to see 5 billion the whole entire time? I think the average will probably be somewhere around, that 4 billion mark, maybe 3 billion. And you're going to see it happen in 215 days to get to $1. Now, it could happen a lot faster, We don't know exactly what the volume will be. We don't know how extensive the volume will continue to run. We also don't know what the price points will be. If it gets up to 0.0001, this is doing a high price and basically giving you guys a timeline that's probably a little bit further than what it's going to be. In my honest opinion, I think we're going to see it in about 150-ish days. Maybe 200, maybe 200-ish days. But 215 days might be pushing it a little bit. But either way, we can wait 15 more days. Anybody will wait 15 more days in order to get to some of these levels. But I think that that's definitely the level that we're going to get to. The dates, the months, the days, all of that, and how we're going to get to that level. And that means that getting to a penny, getting to 10 cents, getting to 25 cents, it's happening all within that time frame. And I don't know exactly what those time frames will be, but I feel like we will hover somewhere around, let's say, the 150 to 200 day mark to at least scare a dollar, right? I'm not saying that we're physically going to get to a dollar. We would scare a dollar at that point. But then they're looking to repeg USTC. And the only way I feel like you should repeg USTC is if Terra Luna Classic is at a dollar or above, because you're not going to be able to support USTC without it. Anyways, guys, let me know your opinion. Is this accurate for me to break down? I know there's a ton of variables, and I'm just trying to give people at least some sort of a timeline, because everybody's asking the same question. Is like, when is it going to get to a dollar? And I say, probably not by the end of this year. And they say, well, when? Right? Is it going to be, after this year? Is it going to be September of next year? Is it going to be March of next year? What day? I want to know, right? I need to know when I can expect to gain millions of dollars, right? So, and it also all depends on all the transactions that are going through, right? If people are all trying to hold to a dollar and, gain hundreds of millions of dollars, it's not going to happen. You need the transactions to burn off the volume. Without the transactions, I mean, you can't really do anything there. So anyways, hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.